Is it working? Are we live? Let's go. Let me hear you people in the chat. Are we live? Chee. Oh my God. Sorry about that, guys. Let's go. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Can you hear me, Brian?
I do.
All right. All right. Or bit. Let's get this thing started. It's taking so long. I'm gonna cut the song short, boys, and hit you with the intro.
Hello, race fans. This is Larry Supermouth Huffman, AMA Hall of Fame announcer, and
Get
this
your
isn't
drinks.
Supercross. It's Wednesday. And you're watching Bay Fishing with Roman and Brian. Stand by while the boys teach secrets of bay bass fishing with Roman on his 6-second nitro-burning pedal drive kayak, and Brian in his Cool Baits high-speed dragster boat that he takes out every Sunday. Be there!
Woo! We're here. We're back. What's up, Brian? How's it going today?
We're getting there. We're here.
Technical difficulties. We're trying to make the show better for you guys, and the software decided to install some automatic AI bologna sandwiches, and I was not having it, and it was not having that, and it sabotaged me. I ended up having to reinstall my NDI drivers. I don't know if you guys know what that means, but basically, I could get Brian connected to Skype, but I couldn't get him on the actual stream software. We fixed it after a reboot and after a reinstall. And yes, Cal, after all that, we did a Control-Delete, and it came right back on.
You did the Fonzarelli bump.
Right? We did pull the power cord for 10 seconds, plug it back in.
There you go.
Welcome to Fishy Hour, everybody. We're here. We made it. It's Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. Let's talk about some fishing. We have a special segment for you guys today, a new segment. I'll let Brian introduce it. We have some announcements. But first things first. Who was here first? Let's see. Carl with the first.
Let's go,
with
Carl.
The first comment of the night. Round of applause from the live studio audience for Carl, and also to Cal for the first like of the night. Once you guys hit like, come into the chat, hit and type in bit, so we know that you did it.
I like what I see going on in chat. You guys have some pretty good trivia questions going on there.
Very nice. Very nice.
If you guys are watching this as a replay, you can, on your TV or your phone, scroll up, and there's a live chat. You can, even in the replay, you can follow.
That's right. That's right. All right. So, Brian, I'm gonna let you kick us off with the little pop top. Okay.
Let's do this.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best pop top you ever heard in your life, 1 being the worst, rate this pop top.
Sparkling water, as always. Got fancy. Got the bobbly. He's gonna leave. So I'm gonna make this even fancier. Don't tell him I'm doing this. Are you ready? Hello.
Go, Cherry. You got this.
Oh, there we go.
Sorry. Technical difficulties. Apparently, my kids left the garage door open.
Oh, no.
After I brought him back, I'm like, come on, guys. Come on.
10. All right. It's going to be a tough one to beat, Roman. That's a pretty good one.
So I'm bringing out the secret weapon today, guys.
Modelo.
Going in
number
today,
one
boys.
in America,
Chelada.
right? Isn't that number one beer in America now?
It's the number 1 beer at my house right now. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best pop top you ever heard in your life, 1 being the worst, rate this real pop top.
This will be a tough one to beat.
Shots fired. Oh, this has no fizz.
All right. It's all right. Cheers.
Splash zone, though.
Wait, what kind of Modelo is that? I can't. It looks such a fancy.
It's a michelada.
That's like tomato juice or something in it, right?
Yeah. And good stuff. Good stuff for your muscles.
Cheers.
Oh yeah, tomatoey, salty.
Is that what makes you? Is that what makes you set like part of the say your prayers, vitamins, and drink your Modelo or whatever Hulk Hogan used to say? But it's
pretty much like drinking a V8.
Yeah, it's healthy, right? Health
Yeah, it's
food.
totally healthy, pretty much.
Yeah, you're gonna get so buff.
Oh, Brian's got some reverb going.
What? There's no reverb going here, is there?
No, they're hearing a reverb.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I got it, Salty. Thank you, dude. That's perfect. I got it.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, guys.
How's that?
So hopefully that's good. Oh, that sounds better on my end too. I think, yeah. I was doing a little reverb. Thank you, Salty Dangler. Thank you for everybody in chat on that.
Perfect. Oops,
I
sorry.
may have pushed a few buttons while you're gone. But anyway, announcements. So we're 2 weekends away from the Pickle Run. If you don't know what that is, you haven't been watching the show. But Pickle Run, we do this every year in October. I'm gonna probably start making this the first weekend of October if we continue doing this. It seems like a good time of the year to do it. Captain Dan's done with motocross and supercross, so he's ready to go. So first week of October, we're doing it actually on October 7th this year, and we are paddling our kayaks from Mission Bay to San Diego Bay. And this is a free event. If you want to join us, just be ready to make this adventure. We're going to have 2 motherships on the water to help us out if needed. Sign up in Discord. We've got organizing the transportation as of right now. Let me see who we got in here. Make sure everybody counted for. We've got 16 people participating. We got me, Roman, the judge, Captain Dan's mothershipping, Eric is going to be out there with Zach on his boat. We got Alex. We got Yokinator. We got SoCal Angler. We got Alex N. Norton, Salty Dangler, Stephen G, Dave Rage, Nero, David, aka Bass Hunter, and his friend RJ Rickster are going. So if you're not on, you didn't hear your name, go into Discord, let me know so I can arrange the transportation. So that is October 7th. Tune in next week to Fishy Hour, and we'll probably go over a few more details on that. Perfect. Coming up also this weekend, we've got a WTF event, the World Tag Federation Fishing that Judge puts out. It's September 30th. That's at San Diego Bay. We're meeting kind of over in the Spanish Landing area. I think it kicks off at 7 a.m. You might want to be there a little bit earlier. But this cup, if you're interested in that, there's a WTF Discord. You need to go in there and sign up on the Discord to enter this event. $60 a team. And this is hard baits only. So Judge always comes up with some kind of different way to fish. This is a good way because we're all going to learn how to fish hard baits. It's going to force us to because there's nothing allowed but hard baits. So if you've never fished hard baits, good way to learn it. But the hard bait, if you don't know what it is a hard plastic bait like this, crankbait, jerk bait, something that's plastic, something that's a hard bait. If you're not sure if it's a hard bait, send us a picture. We'll let you know. Perfect. So that is this weekend. Check in with the WTF Discord or direct message Spotty Bull on Instagram. That is the Judge Eric Lehman. What's up, Jarek? A lot to say here. I'm trying to go fast, guys. October 20th, Eric has also put together an event. October 20th, it is the Grand Championship belt is going to be won. So if you have ever been a Spotty Bull champion, you have won the belt. That belt gives you the entry into this special tournament to only play against the champions and earn the Grand Championship belt. I believe there's no cost to this. It is just the bragging rights to earn that belt, and you get to carry it for the year until the next Grand Champion is crowned. I've seen the belt. It's pretty cool, too. So if you're a Spotty Bowl champion, then you can enter it. Well, I'm going to go through these fast.
No, it's good. I'm not frustrated. I'm just excited to have this thing working. Let's rock.
I know. Roman was getting a little frustrated, and so it's tough. It's tough being the producer.
It's annoying with all these softwares just updating on you.
I'm glad that's your job.
Very cool. Oh, Dario's in. What up, Dario? Welcome. Let's just see
Dario.
Doug Rubin in the house. I see Salty Dang. I see Leonard, Captain Dan, Jesse, Oscar. Nice guys. It was really good seeing everybody that came to Muto's farewell dinner, I guess.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah, I got pictures from that for PB shoutouts. So
perfect.
Show you guys that. Yeah. And also Captain Dan. I met him this weekend up in LA. So I'm going to show you some pictures from that too, which is pretty cool. And a pretty good PB shoutouts coming up. October 28th, we have an annual Halloween club outing. We're October 28th, Mission Bay. Wear your best costume. We're going to go out kayaking, just a chill night. You know, maybe bring some Halloween candy, hang out, and bring a costume if you want to.
Dario killed it last time.
Dario did kill
Dario
it
was
last
the
time.
best
He had
costume.
a costume,
Yeah.
and he had like a crow on the back of his kayak.
His kayak was also part of his costume. That was cool.
Yeah. So costume contest and best decorated yak contest.
Are we doing a gift?
Oh yeah, Cool Baits will sponsor that. We'll give you a gift. We'll maybe get a few sponsors in on that. So we'll give a gift. Hopefully I'll have enough for everybody.
Best costumes. Yep.
October 28th. Hang in there. We'll figure out a time, but just save that date on your calendar. What else we got going on here? Man, lots. Okay, November 1st. Every year we do a species challenge. That's where we fish for an entire month all the way to Mary Macmas, and we crown the species champion of the world, who currently is Alex Norton. I think he's won it 2 years in a row. That'll start up November 1st. Details to come. Just that's a fun one because you can anyway you can use anything as long as it's legal. You can use cut bait, live bait, lures, whatever, as long as it's legal. And we're trying to catch as many species as possible. Last announcement. Here we go. December 9th. Put that on your calendar. That's Mary Macmas. We'll be at North Crown Point at our blue gazebos over there in Mary Macmas. We have a White Elephant gift exchange. A lot of fun. So put December 9th. Well, obviously more details to come on that. So December 9th, Mary Macmas. Anything else to add to that, Roman?
What's up, Arnie? That's it. That's all I got. Let's get this show rocking. I got the thumbnail done. I got the splash screen done.
Do it, and then I'll describe what we're going to do.
Are we going to do it now?
Yeah, let's.
As you guys may have noticed, we're doing a new segment. Brian, why don't you tell us what the new segment is all about? I think it's a great idea.
Could you do the thumbnail first, just so I want to get it going?
Of course. Here we go. Let me rock this thing out. Get this sound going first. All right. Where is it? Right here. Here we go. Introducing the new segment for Fishy Hour.
Cut or cast.
There we go. The new segment is called Cut or Cast, as pronounced by our skate or die style voiceover.
Cut or cast.
I like it. Sounds good. Sounds 8-bitty.
What does it mean? What are we doing here?
Okay, so if this segment goes well, we might make this a monthly segment, kind of like PB shoutouts. It's called Cut or Cast. Basically, I want you guys to send me. I'm going to start it off. So I have 5 things I'm going to share tonight, except for one which I got in chat from you guys. But I'm going to share 5 things. So I'm going to start off, but I want this to be as you guys participating, just like you do in PB shoutouts. So it's called Cut or Cast, and during this segment, we're going to vote in a poll that Roman's going to put up. Is this a good idea to fish this way, or is it a bad idea? So it's cut. We're not going to, maybe it's not the best idea, or cast. So I want you guys to send in some new tricks, fishing lures different ways, hooking them up different ways, rigging your kayak, different things you do to your rod or reel, any kind of fishing hack that you got. It doesn't have to be a hack, just a tip. And remember, guys, if it's something you've been doing for all dad jokes. If it's something that you've been doing for years, it may be like old news to you. But remember, we've got a big viewership, and that might be a nice tip to pass on to somebody else. So that's why we're calling it Cast or Cut. And we're going to start. It's going to be just like PB shoutouts. You guys are going to send them in directly to me. You can send them in anonymously, or you can I can include that this is your tip. So Coach is going to be good on this, I think, because talking to Coach throughout the years, he's got a wealth of different verbiage, I'd say, and different tips. So Coach, if you're watching, I'm expecting a lot of this segment out of you. And we're going to run this through the MMFC Discord and through Instagram. So
perfect.
Let's get on with it. I'm going to start off with it. The very first cut or cast. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So this idea came to me basically from you guys in the MMFC. We're looking through the chat, and somebody asked a question, and everybody jumps in with all their different ideas. I was like, we should extend this Discord into this show. That way people that may not be in our Discord yet will see these great ideas. And I'm going to go over that idea that basically sparked this. But first up, okay, so when you buy a bait, right, usually it comes with a blade that's like silver, right? Or maybe gold, but there's not a whole lot of choices, right? Did you know that you can go on the interwebs onto that rainforest webpage, and you can buy many, many different blades in different colors? They got like a chartreuse in black here, orange, copper. I mean, you can put these on your A-rig. Almost a lot of the baits we use have different blades for that you can swap out. So one of my tricks that I do sometimes is I will actually, can you see that pretty good?
Yep.
I will actually put the color of blade that the swim bait and the head all match. So if I think it's like a certain day where maybe the flash isn't very good, I will swap out blades to match what I'm actually fishing. Have you ever done this, Roman?
Oh, interesting. No, not like that. I usually favor the gold blades, dude.
Yeah, I do too. But sometimes, you you're not getting bit, you mess around, and you can change out these blades and experiment with them.
Man,
So
that's another assortment of blades to have. Okay, I see it.
yeah, well, they're pretty cheap. You can get a little package, like here's some pitted ones, maybe $3 for 10 of them. Maybe $2 for, some of these green ones
Right.
or orange, whatever. But it might be something they haven't seen, maybe something else. So this is where we're gonna I'll show this too. This is where Roman's gonna put up a poll. And do you guys think this is cut or cast? So
Yeah, hang on. Let
would you guys-
me put up this poll here. Start a poll.
I want to show you this.
What are we calling this one? Colored blades?
There you go, colored blades. So
Cut
this thing is
or
stiff.
cast?
It's rigged
Start
terrible.
the poll. Let's go. Cut or
Check
cast?
that out. The goat
Cut
mullet.
or
with
cast? Cut or cast?
I'm trying to sell this gut mullet.
Chartreuse
mullet.
Chartreuse mullet.
Chartreuse blade with chartreuse head. Poorly rigged, by the way. But what do you guys think? Matching your
Triple
blades
chartreuse.
bait.
Cut or cast? Ooh, okay. I'm looking at the scores here.
Green on
50-50 so
green.
far. 50-50.
Uh-oh,
Wow.
black. Hey, have you ever seen a black blade?
Dude. Oh, you have a black blade? Let me see it.
Yeah, black. Look at this.
Is
Okay,
it
black
are both sides
MC
black?
swim bait, black bait, black head.
That's a night mission right there, dude. That's
There
nice.
you go. And a lot of the time it's not the
Wow.
flash when it's super deep. It's just
the
that vibration.
vibration,
So I don't know. I don't know.
Oh
Good.
man, it's such a close. It's such a
Fishy
tight.
colors.
It's like 50, 56, 50, 56.
All right, we'll give you one more vote, 1 more minute to vote on that. I'm gonna
That's
sell
pretty
it
good.
hard.
That's pretty
So
good.
you can also buy these blades that are like
I've seen them like that pitted.
black on the bottom. Let me see if I can find one. Half
Or the ones that
black
are
on
like
the bottom.
stamped.
Stamped, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So that when they spin, it's like one rotation is one color and one rotation is
Oh,
another.
yep.
Oh, maybe that'll trigger something in the fish. Maybe the fish are just stupid and they'll bite any.
Jesse says I've seen orange blades before. Okay, saltwater tackle. Hiya. It's
There's
great
orange
to-
blades right there. I've got the whole gamut, guys. I spent not this year, probably last winter.
All right, we're gonna close the poll.
trying to
We're
play.
closing the poll.
All right, close the poll.
Closing the poll. Ending the
vote.
poll. And this is a.
Oh,
It's a cast. It's a cast.
Cut or cast. Cut or cast.
there you
Oh,
go.
that's a cool one.
Yeah. So see what it rotates, but it's chartreuse. I don't know.
Got
I don't
nine-
know.
We got 19 votes. 63% said cast, and 36% said cut.
Okay.
Pretty
okay.
good. It's pretty
It's
good.
it's a little bit of extra work, but
Yeah.
some guys will look at that green bait and they're like, "How can I make this better?"
Make us more green.
To me, it's part of the process. It's part of the fun of even if it doesn't really make a difference. It's like, okay, now the black blade is biting. It gives you that confidence.
Yeah,
know
like,
what I
do you
mean?
feel
Like-
more comfortable? Like, do you feel more confident?
I gotta have
Yeah.
that black blade. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just part of doing it. Okay.
That's hilarious.
Next up, this is a tip. I didn't know about this, but it seems so simple. And in chat, in the MSC chat, Jesse asked, "What do I do if my rod doesn't have a hook holder?" And
Oh yeah.
most of us will just hook it to the one of the eyes on the fishing rod or onto your reel, or if you're real in a rush, sometimes you just jab it into the foam. But this idea was given, which is the most simple thing in the world, which is a zip tie with a screw hole on the end. So all you did, it's exactly what you would think you'd do. You take this black or whatever color zip tie you get with a screw hole in there, put it on whatever part of the rod you want. Look like in chat, I've not done this, but looks like in chat, a lot of the time we'll do it right up here by the foam,
Yep.
right on the top right up here.
Mhm.
And that's a pretty good place because if you do it down lower, when you stick it in the rod holder, it might get
Yep.
bumped, but that's what it looks like. So simple hack, but this is the kind of stuff that I want you guys send in for cut or cast because
And the
somebody
pull is
may
up.
not. Oh no, you guys all may have been doing this for a decade, but somebody may not know.
Yep.
That's privileged information.
So my approach has been to do a regular zip tie with a split ring.
Okay.
Right? But this is better because it doesn't rust. It's all plastic.
I think you can sell these.
And the loop is built into the zip tie, which is even better. It's like one shot. Boom. I like it.
I think I heard that it's like $6 for maybe 100 of these. You can
Yeah.
get them at Home Depot probably, or you can get them on the Rainforest website. They sell those too. So
Yeah, Marvin brought those to the meet with Muto, and I took like 5 of them. So thanks, Marvin.
thanks, Marvin. That's where these came from. Thank you, Marvin. Thank you, Marvin and Cal and whoever gave those tips. So I'm going to give you guys credit for those tips. And Jesse, did that help you out? I hope it did, because he was the one that asked the question. So, zip tie keeper, cut or cast?
Cut or cast.
That's pretty good. That is
The
pretty good.
poll's been running while you were talking about it. I jumped the gun a little bit, and we have
That's-
about 88% are for a cast. So I think that's a cast. Oops. You know what we need to do? We need a sound for when it's a cast and when it's a cut. That's what we need.
Yes.
That's what we need.
Yep.
Well, round of applause for now. That is a cast, ladies and gentlemen. That is a cast. I'm ending the poll right now. We have, there it goes. 19 votes. Hey, you guys need to vote. I need to see at least 20 votes in here.
Yeah, we've got 300 people in chat. Let's get some
Yeah, we
votes
got
going.
like 300 people. We need to get to 100 likes. Let's go, boys. G Loomis is gonna include a hook keeper in all of its rods. Yeah, exactly. But like I have some rods that have the hook keeper like way back though, like towards the butt of the rod. I don't like those.
And that exact rod that I showed, it's a Shimano Zodius, and it's right back here.
Yeah, I'm not down with that one.
Yeah, I know.
I like it up
Especially when you slide that thing in
Yep.
your Yak Attack box or
Yep.
in the side, any kind of rod holder,
Mhm.
your bait's all the way down in there. It gets
Yeah.
bumped. So that's why I put this on this. Move it on up.
Very cool. All right.
Cool thing is you can adjust this if you want it on the back, you want front,
Sure.
wherever you want to go with it.
Next contestant on cut or cast.
Okay, this is something that I mentioned. You guys have watched the show a long time. Remember this hack a long time ago. I was getting short strikes by halibuts and it was driving me nuts. So we were specifically targeting halibuts. And if you ever pull up a swim bait, right, and it's missing a tail, you're like, oh, probably a halibut, because a lot, and it's spotties too, but halibuts, they just come up and chomp it. It's gone. So I was like, how can I help myself not getting these short strikes by these halibuts? And they actually make, I've mentioned this before, but I want to mention it again. I want to show how it works actually this time. But for spinner baits, they make a hook that's specifically made as a stinger hook that goes on the back right here. It's basically an extension of this hook, the second hook, I guess.
So what's the question? Is it stinger hooks on swim baits or stinger hooks on
Stinger baits for short strikes
stinger baits
on a swim bait. Yeah, so I'll get to that right here. Yeah.
on swim baits?
So start the poll. I'm gonna describe it now. So when you get your bait, oh my gosh, this bait is terrible. This is the-
Hey, it's what is it called?
stinger bait.
No, the lure, the bait you just broke.
That's a Kitech.
Kitech, yeah, you just gotta touch it and it breaks.
Just breathe on her. We're gonna go over
Okay,
that too. in a-
stinger hooks
Anyway.
on swim baits. Cast.
So when you go to the store, if you're looking for these
Cut
type
or
of hooks, Warner
cast.
makes them, Mustad makes them. Excuse me, everybody makes them. They come with a.
or
You can look at the eye. Nice. You look at the eye, and it's tilted, it's wider. It's meant to go around a hook. They come with this little rubber tube that you slide over the eye, so it'll hold and keep the hook in
Yep.
place. So what you're gonna do? Is you're going to have to slide this hook either through the bottom, and this probably would work best with a fluke because you got that big groove on the bottom. But you're either going to slide this hook through the bait. Get closer here. You're going to slide that hook through the bait and then around the other hook, and it's going to come out like this.
It's easier if you put the hook in first and then put the hook on the head.
Or you can go, if it's a fluke, you can go up from underneath, and you got to twist it backwards like this.
Yep.
And then you're going to hook it like this, and then it's going to go under just like a Texas rig would. Just like this.
We have a request from a dog stalker for a.
Yes.
Can Brian do an off the top of the head dad joke?
Of course I can. Oh my gosh, I don't always tell dad jokes, but when I do, he laughs.
Nice.
And you know what? Looking up, I've got a pretty good ceiling. It's not the best, but it's up there.
Nice.
My little thing you didn't know about me though, Roman, is I'm reading a book, and I can actually read in Braille. Did you know this? And I'm currently reading a horror book in Braille, and I think something bad is going to happen. I can feel it.
Nice.
There you go.
Very
Spikes.
nice. There you go. Round of applause from the live studio audience. All right. It looks like on the stinger hook.
I'm not done with my presentation.
Oh, go ahead.
So it's got, basically you're either going to come up through the bottom this way, come through, and then Texas rig it. And it works really good on a fluke because it comes up through that bottom groove. But what it's going to look like once you get it all rigged, and this is with an MC, so I'm showing you multiple baits to work on, is something like this. So I don't know. Will it hinder this? I have used this years ago, but I used to like tie it to it with braid, and I didn't use this specific stinger hook, and it did work, but I still, for some reason, was getting some short strikes. So I'm not 100% positive. Anybody else ever tried this? Will it hinder this? I don't know. Will it hinder the movement? Will it look funky? It's pretty hard to rig. Like this one, I shoved it right through the middle of the bait. You can see that. Way. I could probably adjust this and make it look a little nicer. Spends better time on it. But what do you guys think? So go ahead and vote. Stinger hook, cast, or cut or cast.
Cut or cast.
All right. It looks like the poll is about to end. We have 67%.
What? No or
or cast.
Really?
Everything's been a cast so far. By far, the hook keeper has been winning, the most dominant.
I thought that was gonna be a cut, honestly, because it's tough to rig. You got to buy a special hook. Will it help?
I like doing that setup on like on those 7-inch swim baits.
Yeah,
and you use like a beast hook that has the weight on the hook.
Right.
Yep.
There you go.
And then you do a stinger on that. Ooh, those nice.
Real. That sounds real good. But I mean, that was made for a spinner bait. But it's just maybe you got one of those hooks sitting on your wall.
Yep.
Down at the bay, you want to give something a shot. You're getting short strikes. Hey, maybe it'll work. Okay. On the same topic, this is if you're pulling in your swim bait, and how many times you came up with this, Roman? 1 million.
Yep.
If you fish for spotties and use Kitex, this is like, I don't know, you get maybe one fish out of each Kitech if you're lucky. What do you think? You've only got one Kitech left. This is it. Most people don't want to fish it. You could probably just fish it like this. What do you think of doing this? I'm going to do a magic trick here. See if I can improve this bait real quick. Of adding a blade to the back. You know what? I don't like that blade. Let me get a different one. Adding a blade to the back. So if you go to your tackle shop, Z-Man, a couple other manufacturers all make these blades basically that just insert into any swim bait. They would probably work best in like a Z-Man, something with that really flexible rubber. They will go in the Kitex, but you're putting a nice expensive blade on the back of this, and if a spotty grabs a blade, you may not have only lost your $1 Kitech, but now you're losing the $2, whatever these cost, $1 or $2 blade. So now you've got double hammered.
All right, the pull is up.
So replace a lost tail with a blade. And you know what? I haven't tried this on Kitech. I like that. So would this last a lot longer than the tail in that Kitech, and maybe work better because now you've got your jig head and you've got some flash behind you?
That's right.
So what do you guys think?
I'm gonna do a round of applause for Roy real quick because this man is a genius. Round of applause for Roy with the best idea. Just switch to Z-Man and you'll get more than one fish per bait. Let's go! And a gong.
Probably the best of this ever. Z-Man's. I think on the last show I had that. I don't remember what Z-Man, but I had that thing like stretched out like 4 feet, and they do not break. They have that the Duralast plastic. I don't know.
Oh wow, I was expecting to have I was expecting this one to have more of a cast. It's winning cast still, but it's not winning by much. Okay, okay, there we go. It's 71%, 69%. All right, cast.
You guys like all these hacks.
I like them, dude. I like it.
Okay, so let's finish up this poll. Let's see what we ended out here.
All right, so we're at 71%. All right, all final votes are in. We're gonna go ahead and end this poll of
cut or cast.
Good one. Now, if you guys ever played in the 80s and 90s, I guess it would have been Skate or Die. That's what gave us this idea.
The arcade. We're trying to do a pixelated logo, and then we try to do the cut. They do Skate or Die, right?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it's pretty funny.
Okay, so 73% cast. You guys, you're pretty steady on that.
Yeah.
Pretty steady.
Okay, so pretty much all good ideas.
I can see that is losing that blade. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you got it out there, but I think it works. Like they make like Hyperlastic makes those dart spins. Other people make those dart spins that go on the back of that come pre-attached, and they seem to work. So, all right, here's a quick hack. I've done this a million times. So,
is this the next one?
Yeah. Do you use Mend It? Do you use Mend It? So
Mend
you
it
guys
or Send it?
I've talked about this. So you have a perfectly good Kitech, but you've put her through the ringer. She's been pantsed a bunch of times where it gets yanked off. And what happens to the tip? It opens up. It's destroyed, right? It's not going to stay on there. Every time you cast it, it's a little bit off. It looks terrible. But it's still a good bait, right? Do you just go out and spend $1 and get a new one? Or do you go out and get Mend It, which looks like this little nail polish remover bottle, and all you do is take this stuff, and I use the plastic little piece first, kind of get it in there, and then I get all the brush and a lot on there, and then you just set it on the table in a way to where it's like sealed together. Now you can see it's sealed together. Just set it down. About 5 minutes, you come back, that thing's totally mended.
Cut
and then
or cast.
The bait will go.
Cut
So
or
do you guys,
cast.
you guys go out and spend the $15 on a ball on Mend It, which will probably mend, I don't know, 1,000 baits.
That's actually not bad if you think about it. You know,
like look at it's already it like has this chemical. It's not like super glue. Super glue gets hard, it melts baits. This like fuses it together.
So you can basically rethread it to a hook, right?
You wait 5 minutes. You could even do this on the water. You wait 5 minutes. You know, when I go out, I've got like a pile sitting in my boat or my kayak like this.
That makes sense.
So, and the only reason I'm taking like this one off is because it won't stay on the hook holder. I mean, you can trim the tip and slide it back in there, but it starts looking funkier and funkier and funkier. But the Mend It only takes minutes. So do you guys Mend It?
Cut or cast the Mend It. I think this poll is done. Ending the poll to do the results of
cut or cast.
We're gonna get our minds worth out of that.
Yeah. So it looks like with 18 votes, 61% say cast. So far everything's a winner. We need a loser, dude.
I'm gonna see if I can come with a loser.
We need the worst idea.
I got two left.
Here we go.
So yeah, most people probably just are like, yeah, forget it. You know, I'm just gonna. If you got your money's worth out of that Kitech, you got it. You just hopefully take it home and put it in your bag and pass them on to Cash because I think he mends them all. I gave him like 2 1-gallon bags, or he won it at the Spotty Bowl, like all my baits for the year. Every time I get back, I put them into the Ziploc bag. So by the end of the year, I've got like 2 1-gallon bags full of them. And if I had more time, I just mend them all up.
If you mended all those, can you imagine fish a whole season with just a bunch of mended baits?
I would say there's at least 200 or more baits per bag.
Oh, yeah.
So if you added, you know what I mean? You spend, let's say, 2 hours mending them up. But I don't know. Or we're lazy. We're fishermen, right? We just want to put a new one on there with that nice like shiny finish with that squid scent still on there, fresh and new, and throw it out. Seems like that's what most people do. Another trick, if you don't want to carry Mend It, you can use, this is from Saltwater Slayer. Hey, what's up, Saltwater Slayer? You can use a pin with a metal tip, heat it up, and melt it. Yeah. Only problem with that is we've done a show once on fish scents, and they don't like the smell of any type of petroleum. And I think this is just me talking, it may give it like a melted rubber scent. I don't know. And if you're a fish and you smell that, maybe, I don't know, maybe the Mend It gives off a scent too. But
Oh, that's hilarious, dude.
I have a friend who melts them down and remolds them. Oh, cool. Yeah, that'd be cool. Okay, next.
Wait, hold on.
This is a weird one.
Hold on, wait, don't do it yet.
Okay.
I got a real quick one.
You're gonna do one? All right.
Here we go.
What's up, Todd? I'm ready for my next artwork. I'm gonna send you some stuff.
Here we go. The next poll is up, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, courtesy of Dario.
Cut or cast. Cut or cast.
Can I vote? Yeah, I can.
You can vote. You can vote. No.
Yeah, I'm voting right now.
Oh my god! Everybody's saying cast. Let's go. I thought it was gonna say cut.
Here it goes.
Oh, there it goes. Bananas on a boat.
Oh my gosh, Dario.
Okay, 50-50. Right, let's see the results. Wow. Okay, 53. Wait. Oh, it's neck and neck. I gotta let it play out. Oh man.
We did a whole show twice on superstitions for fishing. And that, I think, is probably the most universal superstition is bananas.
All right, boys. I'm going to count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're ending the poll. Oh.
Cut or cast.
Somebody got one at the last second.
Let's see. It looks like 50-50.
No way. No way. Who are you banana eaters out there? Stay off my boat.
That's exactly what I was expecting, though.
That better not be Salty Dangler in there. You better have voted cut.
That's so funny.
50-50.
So come back next time we do cut or cast, and we'll rerun that poll because it's still up in the air. No, we haven't decided yet. All right, moving on to the next one.
The only people I know are Dario and Dino Jig Jig Pow. I know they're like, that's their thing, is the banana on the boat.
Some secret banana smugglers in here.
All right. Let's go on with that. All right, next thing. I've never fished this, but with the hard bait WTF coming up, I was like organizing all my hard baits, thinking about stuff. And I looked at my my wall that is basically my shelf baits, where baits just get put up there and you don't use them very often. I saw two specific items. I saw a crankbait and I saw a skirt for a jig.
Oh, what?
I don't. Hold on.
Okay.
So I thought of taking a skirt, right? And if you buy these Z-Man skirts, you can buy skirts separately. Come in many colors, different lengths, different floaty, whatever. They have like a little rubber circle on them, right?
Yep.
And that little rubber circle just happens to slide onto a crankbait perfectly. Nice and tight, slides on there on the end of a crankbait shaped like this, I guess. So what you get, and check this out, after you put that on there, what do you think of that?
Cut or cast.
I just happen to have a crankbait that matches the skirt colors perfectly.
Oh, it does, I guess.
On the back perfectly. I've never fished this. I don't think I've ever seen this before. And I thought it'd be perfect for this segment.
Yeah, you should fish that, dude. That's going to get bit.
Will it hinder its shake?
Nope.
But imagine this. Okay.
It's like a hula skirt, dude.
Like while it's like your paws and it's just kind of floating back up. This thing is going to have like flare. You know what I mean? It's kind of hiding that hook back here. When it's like, you know what I mean? Oh my gosh, this could be the next big thing. I may have $1 million idea right here. I don't know. This could be done everywhere. I don't know. The largemouth guys may be like, that.
Oh my god, you guys are you're convincing people to vote for cast, but it's gonna get cut. It's about to get cut. It's about to get cut. Here we go.
Never fished it, but I'm gonna fish this, and I'm gonna let you guys know how this does. What do you think?
Oh
just imagine this going through the water. Just look at it.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
There.
Rowdy Piper crankbait says Doc Stalker. Yeah.
I was thinking more Macho Man, but yeah.
All the tassels.
Macho Man crankbaits. That's it. Maybe
Macho
that's
Man
what I need to make.
Right
If this
there,
works, if I find out that this is like, oh my god.
Oh yeah.
This is gonna be my bait.
Ending the poll. Here we go.
Bait.
Ending the poll.
I'm so curious. What? Oh, okay. Dang. I'll improve this cat.
Cut that bait.
The first one. All right. I can see it. It's kind of wacky. You know, it's kind of outside of the box, I guess you call it. But what if? What if? Thank you to 25%ers out there. We're going to try it out. If I see Instagram posts of everybody doing this.
Oh my gosh. We should start like a joke. We should start like a joke Instagram trend.
Fishy is saying, and what about, and I'm not going to get that, but what about painting your own baits? We'll get it. Maybe that'll be another night. So, all right. So first cut. What do we call this? The Macho Man crankbait?
No. What's it going to call it? We're going to go with, what did someone else say? Roddy Piper.
Roddy Piper crankbait. All right. I'll let you guys know next week. Okay. The last cut or cast hack. This is, somebody shared this with me. So when I go out fishing deep, let's say 50 feet plus, 50 feet to 120. And when I want to use the A-rig, I've talked about a 5 or 10 ounce A-rig, right? And that thing is a beast. It is a pure beast. Here's what it looks like. Let me undo this thing. That's a hack right there, by the way. PVC pipe holding your A-rig shut. So basically what I do when I'm deep is that's 5 1 ounce or 2 ounce baits, depending on how deep I'm going. But this thing's a beast, right? And not everybody wants to go out and buy all these 1 ounce baits, you know, big everything to set up an A-rig. So, but if you do have your normal A-rig, which is probably like 3/8, maybe 1/4 ounce, you know, A-rig like this, how do I get this deep? And somebody told me this hack. I thought it was a pretty good idea. Pull this around here. So you got your A-rig rigged up, right? You're going to put yourself a heavy duty leader, like 60 pound on here. And at the end of this, there's your A-rig, right? Normal bay fishing A-rig. That's your spotty A-rig. You set up for 20 feet deep, whatever. But I want to get down to 60 feet. Check this out, Roman. Leader.
Yep.
To 4 ounce egg sinker, like a Carolina rig. So
we're going to call this Carolina A-rig. Okay.
There you go. So Carolina A-rig, guys. So if you want to get down in the deep parts of the bay, 60
That's a good one, dude. That's a good one to try. Have you tried it?
Yes. I have caught fish this way. I don't do it very often because I usually throw that big 5 ouncer. But if you don't have it, it's a big investment. You know, you got to buy a heavy duty A-rig, got to buy all that. But most everybody has a big egg sinker, right? And all you need is a barrel swivel.
Yep.
And I like to put a little bead right there, you know, just so it doesn't destroy your knot. And then a heavy leader, heavy, you know, 60 pound. Or if you want to just take your 65 pound braid and attach on both ends, that works too.
No, because the braid is abrasive and it'll get damaged, remember?
Yeah, I know. But if you don't have a heavy leader, we're talking spotty fishermen here. So think of it this way. This is perfect, I think, for halibut because it's like that bounce ball that Coach always tells about.
So Michael Tran in the house. Michael Tran had a question that he retracted, but I was able to read it before he retracted it. Wouldn't it be hard to cast that?
Yes, but remember, you're not going for a mambo cast here because you're probably going to drift. You're going to set yourself up with a drift. You're going to cast this thing and let it sink to the bottom, and then you're going to slow winder, maybe even open it up, let it hit the bottom again, pause it. So it's not so much about like getting a mambo cast, just kind of lob it out there. It's going to take a while at 100 feet deep or 60 feet deep to get down to the bottom anyway. So while you're doing that, while it's going to the bottom, you're going to be drifting, and this is going to go into the bottom. Let your line out a little bit, and then drag her in. So this will be down on the bottom. This should be up a little bit higher than this, and this may be dragging on the bottom depending on how fast you're reeling, but it'll keep it down there deep. And it's a good hack, I think, for if you have just your regular spotty A-rig and you want to get deep.
Yep. And you don't want to get all the 1 ounce heads on your A-rig. That makes sense.
There you go. Plus, you can use that. It's like still has those little 3.3 or 3.8 like finesse kind of baits. So if they're only biting small baits, you know, the 1 ounce usually have a big 5. It's number 5 hook. So,
all right,
what do you guys think?
Cut or cast.
Cut or cast.
Cut or cast.
All right, and in the poll, it looks like this one is a ending. This one is a cast.
Cast, all right. Not a total like I thought. Everybody went part of that, but yeah. So the egg sinker is dragging. So the dock stalker wants to say, so the egg weight will be dragging instead of the egg. There you go, dock stalker. Yeah, depending on the speed, you can even reel it fast enough to keep it off the bottom.
Yeah.
The whole purpose of it is a lot of time you have that current and a lot of time getting that depth. So if you throw your just regular spotty A-rig in super deep water, it never gets down. It's just like your line is just straight out. It may be mid-water column. So the idea is to get it down to where the fish are out on the bottom. And an egg sinker pulls her down, keeps her down there. And then when you reel it in, it's most likely going to come up off the bottom a little bit.
That's right.
And I have used it and I have got bit. So 63%. Okay. Well, maybe somebody will try that out. If you try any of these hacks and they work, please let me know. I'd love to know. So Castro Crank guys, do you guys like this segment? I really want this to work out like as a once a month where you guys are sending in me your cast, cut or casts. And if you want to do it anonymous, that's fine. If you don't, send it to me and we'll put it on there. Maybe I'll come up with a few more myself, but I wanted to start out this to show you guys kind of what I'm looking for. And also, if you have a boat hack, kayak hack, anything, you got fishing boot sealer hacks, I don't know, whatever you got, you know, you got a special set of suspenders to hold up your pants, let us know. Send us in your hacks and we'll try to get them on cut or
cast.
Yeah. All right.
Cut or cast.
I think it has like a better impact if I do it twice.
It's something different. Thank you. Yeah, it is something different. We want to get some new segments going. I want mainly what I want this is participation. You know, this club, our MFC club and Fishy Hours about teaching everybody new tricks, new ways to fish, and accelerating our learning process by watching this show.
Perfect.
All right. Are we ready for PB shoutouts, Roman?
We are.
I'm going to go into my screen share. We're going to break
wait,
right
no,
into
we're not
it.
ready. No, we're not ready. Hang on a second. Sorry, give me 1 second. Oh my gosh, there it is.
Yeah, Peter, send us in some of your hacks. Judge, you're hilarious. Is that my AI clone? Yeah. He'd be much better looking. While we're waiting, you know, I haven't talked to my wife. You know, it's pretty sad. I haven't talked to my wife in like 7 years. And I don't want to interrupt her. You know, this is a joke I tried a while ago and it didn't quite go off. But, you know, my wife, you know, speaking of my wife's fed up with me always getting my directions mixed up. So I packed up my bag and right.
Oops. All right, I'm ready.
Okay. Well, let me go to my screen share.
Who's ready? Who's not ready now?
Sorry. Too busy saying jokes over here.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for PB shoutouts.
We've seen you out on the water. They say you fishing harder. I guess we'll find out this week on our PB Shoutout!
Let's go. If you don't know who that is up front, that is Cal Double Fisting. If you want to be on PB shoutouts, direct message me. Brian likes to fish on Discord. That's my preferred. If you're not to me on Instagram, send me a picture of anything. I'll put anything on PB shoutouts. Doesn't have to be your personal best, just something you're proud of or something that you just did. Send it to me. We'll get you on PB shoutouts. That's how you get on here. First up, you ready?
Ready.
Look at this fish. Dang. If you don't know who that is Andy right up there. Sweet hat, too. That's what you should be wearing on the bay, by the way. Andy holding up. He says, hey, I thought I sent you a PB, but I ended up to the tournament chat. If you guys have a PB shout out, you send them directly to me because sometimes I'll miss them if you put them in a different type of chat. But Andy sent this to me. He was on Mission Bay Monday, September 25th. Yeah, that's only a few days ago, right? Fishing a 3-inch Kitech with a 1/4 ounce Z-Man wobbly head, 20-pound braid with a 12-pound fluorocarbon on a Phoenix Ultra MBX out of a Scout inflatable. You have a Scout, Andy? I did not know that. Did you know that? That's pretty cool. That's like a Scout is like an inflatable boat with the outboard motor, right?
Yeah, that's nice.
That is cool. Sweet. I released it. Okay, so hopefully someone else will get it and catch it someday. So that guy's still swimming around. If you zoom in on that tree right behind him, do I know that tree? Probably. I'll have to really scan that later. But anyway. He fished from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. He got the fish around 1 p.m. right at the end of the day. Slack tide and the current just started to move. Wind picked up, found a calm spot, and got my lucky PB halibut, 29.5 inches. Congratulations, Andy. Let's go, PB halibut. 29 inches. That's good.
Very nice. Round of applause from the live studio audience.
Good job, Andy. Next up, we know who this guy is. Wait a second
Hey.
here. I didn't see that picture correctly. Let's scroll past there. Come on, Dale. Sneaking a little shot in on me here anyway. So, you don't know who that is. Dale Shaw. He's got something in his finger. I don't know what's going on there.
They got a cramp or something.
What's up, Dale? Dale says, Frank and I, and Frank and Dale, you know, they hang out a lot together on Dale's boat. Frank and I took my two nephews from NorCal out for some bluefin. This is last weekend, by the way. So just so you guys know, they're out there. Our plan was to run to the 182. We crossed the 9-mile bank and we spotted a lot of private boaters on the drift 2 miles. Just give me all the information here, guys. 2 miles west of the 9. As we approached the fleet, I spotted birds working the south of the fleet, so we raced over to the birds and started a drift under the birds. Albert got bit instantly. Ooh. You know, how many times, Roman, have we seen birds and fish and not got bit instantly? I'm going to say 99.9% of the time. So
less than that. I mean, more than that. Bit more than that. Yeah.
Because it go higher than 99, 100%?
No, I mean, we got a bit more often than that. Not 99%.
Those guys are tough. The fight was on Albert, gave it all he had. Then Brian gave it to the big girl. I don't know what I'm reading here. The big girl, and tried ending up closing her out before Frank stuck with it on a 6-foot AFCO gaff. Okay, here's another picture. Got it on the gaff, and the bluefin went under the boat and snapped the gaff in half.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa. Snapped the gaff in half. That started a whole new fight after a 75 to 100-yard run with a gaff in its head. What is going on in that boat?
Awesome. Frankenstein.
Yeah. Now we only had one gaff to get her over the rail, and it was fun watching Frank and Brian pull the big boy over the rail. On the scale, gilled and gutted, weighed 71 pounds. He was an 80-pounder for sure, a jumbo. There you go. There they are on the docks. Congratulations, Frank, Dale, and all your nephews. That's a big accomplishment.
What day was that? Was that on
September? I don't know. I think a week ago. It doesn't say exactly.
I think I might have been coming back on a rental boat when they were weighing their fish with my kids. I remember.
That's right. They're at Dana with the big scale. Nice.
Might have been like on Sunday the 24th this last week or anyway, that's cool. What up, Muto?
Oh, well, congratulations, guys. I know fighting one of those things on a bass boat is not the easiest thing to do, let's just say. Next up, this guy right here. That is Cash. Cash, thank you always for sending in great pictures. Cash says, here's a couple bass I caught on the crankbait I painted.
Oh, that's fun.
Got them on a Phoenix inshore rod with an Alba Garcia reel. I got them at Huntington Park. Where's Huntington Park? I guess Huntington. On a Spro Little John Blank with 15-pound sea guard. Nice job out there. Cash is always out there with his dad fishing around. So look at that. It's got to be an accomplishment to paint crankbait and then go out and actually catch a fish on it. So congratulations there, Cash. Let's go. Next up, bam. Got this guy right here. You know, somebody's hand is going to stink. I can guarantee it. If you've ever held a barracuda like that.
Smell your hand afterwards.
That's an all-dayer. That's a stinky hand right there. If you don't know who that is Carlos. What's up, Carlos? Thanks for sending it in. He's out on his buddy's skiff, went directly towards the wall before sunrise to target calico. All right. Bam. Looks like accomplishment. Casted towards the rocks, got bit instantly on the drop. Tried to take me into the rocks, but I was able to pull him right out. It was a great fight. Slow day, but managed to get a handful on the boat. Caught on the half-ounce warbait neck breaker with the 4-inch HD Baits battle tail. Nice job out there, Carlos. Sweet. That breaker wall can be a fun time out there. Nice calico.
Nice photo.
All right, next up, we got this is the first for this ever. We got Dale's story on how this fight went, right, cool. With that tuna, and now his partner Frank sent in a PB shout out for the same fish. So same fish, 2 PB shout outs. So I haven't read this one, but let's see if the stories align. Let's see here. All right, Frank was on the same boat. He says, finally got on Dale's boat to go for bluefin. My friends from NorCal came down, and they've never caught a bluefin. So we headed towards the 182 crossing 9. I found a parking lot of boats. Dale radioed asking if there's any action. One boat responded. A boat actually responded.
That's funny.
Usually
Like, nah, get out of here.
You get on channel 65 and you're like, has anybody caught
Get off
anything?
my
And,
lawn.
when I was out there with Muto and I think Salty Dangler, they were comparing it to like the old days on like Xbox chat. Like there's so much trash talking going on channel 65 out there. It's like, I think people are bored, and next thing you know, a lot of trash talking. That's all I gotta say. Dale radioed if there's any action. One boat responded earlier in the morning, like they missed it. As we moved into the parking lot, Dale saw some birds to the left. We headed towards them and shut down. All four of us got baits and started drifting. After about 3 minutes, I got bumped, and the stick on my bait was crushed. No more than 2 minutes after that, Albert got bit, and it was a good one. After an hour and 5 trips around the boat, Albert tapped out and handed it off to Brian. He took the rod, and it went straight down. You hear him say, "Oh, this thing is heavy."
That's awesome.
Finally got to use that button. After 5 minutes, he tapped out and gave it to Dale. So this is a team project.
Wow.
He put the wood to it until it saw color. I grabbed the gaff, stuck it in the back. The thing went nuts under the boat, snapping the gaff in half. Dale got the backup gaff, and he went to a Promar gaff, a kayak gaff. Ooh, that's like that short little 2-footer one too, right? Ooh.
Gets the job
I stuck
done.
him in the head. Yeah, that's not for an 80-pound fish. That's a tough pull. I stuck him in the head, got him out of the water. Albert helped me. Frank probably could have done it by himself, but he didn't want to show off. So Albert helped him with the broken gaff in his back. He shook one more time, flung the gaff out, and ripped the head. I'm not going to go into that. Hooting and hollering, high fives around, got back to Dana Landa, weighed it 71 pounds without bloods or gills, or probably around 80 pounds. We got the fish, and it was definitely a good day, and it was a good one. That's worn out. That's right cool. There. I know that feeling right there.
I like the ice pack on his tummy from like probably from like the weight for the rod resting there.
So if you guys have never caught a big bluefin on a bass boat, if you look at that boat, normally you're going to fight that thing standing up on the front. You've got nothing to lean against, nothing to put your knees on, really. No, so it's like all back. It's like 100% back.
You have to get a fighting belt. Yep.
Oh my gosh, it's awful. There's the fish right there. There's it packaged up. Looks good to eat. There's Dale holding it. What's up, Dale? I like that picture better than the other one. All right. If you guys didn't hear the news, Muto's in chat. He did a farewell show last Thursday. If you guys haven't heard the announcement, that guy up front, Muto, is moving. He's leaving to Florida. He's going to check that place out. Don't worry, guys. I have a feeling he's not going to totally disappear forever. With social media, I mean, when we were kids and a friend moved away, it was like, see ya,
That's true.
But nowadays with social media and YouTube and everything, we pretty much stay in touch. So I'm sure Muto will stay in touch. The Submission Fishing crew will be in touch with everybody down here if you have any questions too. But we give Muto and Kevin is going back and forth to Florida. So Muto and Kevin, we're going to say goodbye. We'll see you hopefully in a couple months.
We'll see you soon.
Visit.
See you later.
What was the name of this restaurant?
They're going. Oh, this place called Gravity Heights in Mira Mesa. They're basically going over there to start the MMFC Florida chapter.
There you go. That's right. Muto says in chat he'll still be around. Yeah, the show will be on. Yeah, you better come keep watching our show too, Muto. I know you like to go to bed at about 6:30, so you're gonna have to stay up late, or at least watch.
Oh, it's super late on that side, right?
Man, look at what a great group of anglers we got here. Is this the new cast for Thunder Down Under, or is this actually MMFC? I don't know. Anyway, we had great dinner. Alex Norton's there, Cal was there, Marvin was there, everybody was there. And you can see Leonard back there. Everybody's there. We had a great dinner. Shared some fishing stories. Kevin was there sharing some stories and dropping some info next to me. Showing off his new baits reel too. That thing's awesome. And then on Saturday, I got the invite of a lifetime from Captain Dan to go up to the LA Coliseum to watch the final round of the Supercross roaming. And when I heard I got this invite, I didn't like the 3-hour drive to get up there. But once I got there,
stop complaining.
Holy smokes. Look at this. I met Captain Dan up there. You know, he's a big boss. He's a big man on campus up there. He runs the show up there. And he gave me and my son a VIP tour. This is us going into the Super Motocross World Championship trailer, NBC on Peacock, if you guys want to check it out. Giving me the VIP tour. Check that out. There were so many buttons. And
that's a real production right there. Dang.
That's Fishy Hour right there. What are you talking about? Oh, almost exact same setup.
We need a sweet desk like that.
Anyway, I was so privileged to go up there, meet Captain Dan, and go through this. I mean, once in a lifetime, I think. So you get to go through it, and you actually get to see how like a big NBC production goes on. And there's like that's just part of them. Here's a whole nother room.
So
you can see there's people on the left, the right.
That's so cool.
This guy right here, Dan told me, was in charge of instant replay. And you can see how he's
busy, dude.
Oh, dude, yeah. I went in there and I was quiet, but you know how hard it must be to like the second something happens in a motocross to do instant replay. And I think he said that this person right back here is just in charge of like the color of what I guess the
color
feed
grading.
looks like.
Yep.
So everybody's got a job in there. Everybody's got a job in there. Awesome. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Captain Dan, for giving me the grant.
Just Captain Dan. Yeah. Also, this just in, we got some secret leaked footage of Brian stepping up to the big leagues. Give me a second here. Give me a second. Here we go. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Here we go. I think you can hear this.
Hey, everybody. It's Brian. Brian Likes Fish. Thank you for tuning into the Fishy Hour. That's Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. live on YouTube. Fishy Hour. Come check it out. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe.
There we go. And we have one more. Hang on a second.
Everybody, coming to you live from the LA Coliseum. We've got Supercross Moto X coming up here tonight. I'm Brian Likes the Fish. Tune in at 7 p.m. Fishy Hour on YouTube. Come check us out, like and subscribe. Everybody, coming to you live.
Woo! Nice job, Brian. Nice job. Stepping up to the big leagues, I see. Going me on my back.
Captain Dan, if you guys need an on-track guy, or a behind-the-scenes guy, I'd be down. I don't even get paid. I just want to do it. So
that's so awesome.
Anyway,
was that mic even wired, and were you just holding it?
Oh yeah, it went out live.
You were just holding it, right? Because like the audio's from the phone.
Go check out Cross. Right at the beginning.
That's so good.
We're probably gonna have 10,000 views tonight because of that.
Perfect.
Anyway, Captain Dan took me in there. I mean, it's just amazing to me what it takes to put a production on like that. It's crazy. During the race, they had drones flying around, crazy. So
yeah, that's cool.
Here's me and my son in there being quiet.
Hold on. I gotta go back to the screen share. You're good. There we go.
Right there. Okay.
Yep.
Here's me and my son in there checking out the production, and here's me doing my announcements in front of the LA Coliseum.
That's so cool.
There's Captain Dan, busy. I try to stay out of his way because he's super busy, but that's his little mini office back there where gives out all the instructions to everybody. And here's actually the Supercross. And at that Supercross race, they go up and in and out of the stadium. Pretty sweet.
Wow.
In front of me, Justin Barsha ate it, broke his collarbone. So that was devastating. Stopped the race, red flagged. It was right in front of me. Here's some of my seats. Here's a cool little thing. I might go too long here. This guy sitting right in front of me had an East County bait and tackle hat. And guess what? He watches the show.
Let's go.
What are the odds? 80,000 seats. Goes in front of me. We got somebody with East County bait and tackle hat right in front of me. Went up and said hi to him. It was pretty cool.
That's cool.
And then I got to touch Ken Roxon's bike, which is pretty cool. Next up, last thing.
What?
This bait right here, Eric. Watch out, baby, because my son got me this at the swap meet. It's a live target crankbait. I think this is going to be the bait for this weekend. So I don't know. Cut or cast. That thing looks awesome.
That's some nice hooks on that thing.
Swap meet thing, yeah.
Or
so
cast.
Anyway, I'm going to exit my screen share.
Cut
Roman.
or cast.
Type into the chat, cut or cast. We're not gonna do a poll, but I hope you guys are having a good time. We're having a blast over here.
Yes.
I'm so glad that we made it through those technical difficulties and we're actually on the air. Woo! Woo!
So officially like that, Fishy Hour is over. Do you want to hang out for a movie review? Do we want to do one?
Let's do a movie review.
All right, whatever. So if you guys have been long-time listeners of this show, way back in the day, hold on a second here, we used to do movie reviews until the judge basically paid.
Pay to play. Pay to play.
Now we're back to movie reviews, which is awesome because
I'm open for bribes.
Okay. Judge.
Oops, here we go. Wait, oh, you changed your background. Here we go.
If you guys, what was I saying? Oh, if you guys didn't know, me and Roman love 80s and 90s movies. At least I do. And I think Roman does. 80s and 90s movies is what, I grew up to. And I think the year of 1985, or maybe 1984 to 1987 was some of the best movies that have ever came out. Ahsoka review, I've not seen this week's, but the first
I'm going to watch it tonight after this.
Give it.
Don't even say it. I love it. It's great.
I pretty much anything Star Wars I'm going to like. I like the Mandalorian. I like the Boba Fett. I like the Andor series. I like all those series. Ahsoka, I'm right here. Almost.
Captain Dan he thinks that mic is in Brian's garage. Do you take that mic with you?
No. Oh. No, of course I wouldn't do that, Captain Dan.
That's hilarious. All right.
Okay, first movie, this came out, and back in the day, you used to like go into a Blockbuster video, right? Or
Yep.
like, whatever. You'd rent a VCR tape. If you guys are old enough to know what a VCR tape was. And I was walking through there with my brother. We were probably, 12 years old. And we saw this movie on the shelf. Have you seen this? This is Strange Brew.
Oh, yeah. Take off,
okay.
eh?
So this, to me, if you ever wonder why I say like again,
Yeah, I know.
a little bit of stuff, it's because a little bit of Canada comes out of me. It's because I've watched this movie so many times growing up as a kid. When I first saw this, I thought this was like the funniest, at 11, 12 years old. This is like the funniest movie I've ever seen. So all around the house, me and my brother would be, take off hoser. What are you talking about? Hey,
Take off, eh? Hoser.
The whole playground, we pretty much converted over to talking the Canadian accent because
Oh, my gosh.
And if you haven't seen this movie, it's about Bob and Doug McKenzie. It's a spinoff from Saturday Night Live. On Saturday Night Live, they had like a skit where they do these two brothers, and they're typical Canadians. They like hockey, donuts. They drink a lot of beer. And so they make a movie out of this, and it's basically about these two guys getting a job at the Elsinore Brewery.
Oh, nice.
And the whole reason they get the job at the brewery is, free beer. And while they're there, they come across Dr. B.M. Smith, who's like an evil scientist, and they figure out that he's putting mind control stuff in the beer.
Oh, nice.
And so the plot of the movie is basically Doug and Bob are trying to stop Dr. B.M. Smith from putting this mind control stuff in the beer. And the only way to stop him is, guess what? Drink all the contaminated beer. And that's the basic plot. There's some, twists and turns and a lot of comedy in it, but it is hilarious. It's one of my favorite comedies, mainly because, growing up seeing this. I'm going to give Strange Brew 3.5 out of 5 max.
Wow.
If you haven't seen it, check it out. Came out in 1983, so it's right in that sweet time window. Have you guys seen it in chat? And what do you give Strange Brew? What do you give it, Roman?
I don't think I've set the whole thing.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to go watch it now.
All right, yeah, Strange Brew.
After the latest episode of Ahsoka.
I think it'll hold up. I think you'll be entertained. I think it's kid friendly. It has a little bit of beer references, but it's pretty kid friendly. I think you're good. Rated PG, by the way.
I'll just watch it. I'll just watch it over beers with the boys.
Take off, yeah. I love that movie. Next up, I can't remember if I reviewed this, but it's this movie to me was also, it came out in 1993, so it's a little later. Stars Bill Murray, which back in those days, with Ghostbusters, Bill Murray was like a comedy genius back in those days. So anything that Bill Murray was, I was.
It was like the Adam Sandler of his time.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know. He's like that. Like, What About Bob? Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, that's a good one.
That is one of my.
That's a good one. Yeah,
that is a good one. What About Bob? Check that out. But this, I think, is Bill Murray's best movie, and this is Groundhog Day.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Groundhog Day basically stars a reporter who plays Bill Murray, and he's sent to, is it Puxatawny, Pennsylvania? I think that's the name of the town. And he's sent there, and he doesn't really want to go there, but he's sent there to basically do a show on Groundhog Day. Like, the groundhog that comes out, it sees its shadow. You got what, 4 more?
All right, I'm waiting for the final movie review, Brian. You know what that is?
No.
Your movie review of the movie that I recommended you watch. The Prestige. Did you watch it?
Seen it yet.
Oh,
I'm gonna get to that.
It's like a solid 4.5 out of 5 right there, dude.
That's the Magician one, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm getting to that. I watched the trailer for that the other night.
Oh yeah,
you
gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. Yeah.
So as a weatherman, he goes to this little small town and basically does his interview, goes back to his room, goes to sleep, and he wakes up And guess what? It's the exact same day the next morning. Does it again, wakes up, same day, over and over and over and over. So Bill Murray basically is living, they call it Groundhog Day, the same day over and over and over. And it's like up to 100 days in a row, and he can't figure it out. So every day he tries out something new, like if he can accomplish something. And the movie has a lot of comedy twists. And does he find a way to get out of Groundhog Day? I don't know. You're going to have to watch the movie.
Find out, yeah.
But it's a great movie. Came out in '93. Bill Murray. I'm going to give Groundhog Day 3.5 out of 5 max. Great movie.
That's
Check
pretty
that
good.
one out.
Okay, nice.
Yes. Do you have any movie reviews besides Ahsoka?
No, just The Prestige. If you guys haven't seen the movie called The Prestige, it's with Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale.
There's a lot of stars in that.
They're magicians, and that movie's great.
Isn't Scarlett Johansson in it too?
She's in it too, yeah.
Yeah.
I like those style of movies. They're kind of a little bit long, but it's like a story. It's developing. The characters are developing. That's what you want to see. Anyway.
I'm going to try to watch Prestige this week, and you watch Strange Brew, and we'll rendezvous on Fishy Hour. So, guys, I will be out this weekend on Mission Bay. I'm not sure I'm going to be in my kayak or my boat, but if you guys are out there on not Mission Bay, San Diego Bay, WTF event, if you guys are out there, give me a wave, come on over, say hi. I will be out there snagging grass, catching bass. I will see you guys next week. Later.
All right. Thanks, Brian. Taking Brian out with a round of applause from the live studio audience. Woo, we figured out our technical difficulties. Even though the AI tried to take over our setup, try to make it better, we had to take down the Terminator AI and get the show back together. We were able to get it done. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Salty Dangler in the house. Thanks for helping me mod today. Also Leonard. Shout out to Arnie. Shout out to Michael Tran. Shout out to Captain Dan. Captain Dan, thanks for taking care of Brian and showing him what you do. That's so awesome. It's nice to see the actual setups of what you do. So thanks for letting him take pictures and stuff. That was awesome. Shout out to Roy down in SD. Thanks for tuning in today, Roy. Shout out to Mr. Mike Buto in the house, Submission Fishing Co. Make sure you go subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. I got Spinning Rod Rebel Marvin. Thanks for the great ideas today with the hook keeper, Marvin, and for showing up to our events like a boss. Marvin is awesome. Thanks, Marvin. You're like you show up, you contribute, and you're helpful, and you're positive, and I appreciate you doing that, dude. Thank you so much. Shout out to Mr. Jared Brack. Shout out to Chet. Shout out to Carl Black. What up, Carl? Let's go, Carl. Shout out to Peter86. Peter86 wants to know, pants or no pants? Cast or cut the pants while fishing? Let me know in the chat what you think. Francis, nice to see you in here. I hope you. I don't recognize the name, but welcome. If you've been here before, welcome to the show. Thanks for tuning in. Shout out to the judge, Eric the Judge Lehman. Shout out to Doc Stalker. Shout out to TB Metal Art. Exclamation point TB Art in the chat for a link to go check out Todd's awesome work. Shout out to Dario. Thanks for tuning in, Dario. All right. If I missed you, I'm sorry. I see Saltwater Slayer in here too. Saltwater Slayer, what's up, dude? All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you guys on next Wednesday. Until then, may the bite be with you. Woo. All right. And we're off.